Our destiny is scripted. You can't change the script while you're in it. But there are infinite amounts of scripted destinies that we can tap into using our free will. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what I mean and exactly how to do it. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Rachel Smiles if you guys are new here, and if you guys are interested in spirituality, the law of attraction, self-development, and just bringing joy into every aspect of our lives, then you're gonna definitely want to subscribe below because I have new videos every Monday and Thursday. So let's get into the topic of today's video, which is all about free will versus destiny. Are things predetermined before we come into this world, or do we decide based on our free will how events in our life are gonna unfold? Now, this is a little bit of a deeper topic, but I'm super excited to talk about this with you guys. I know that for myself at least, I was always curious. I always had this question growing up. I would always hear people talking about destiny and how everything is fated, but then I would also hear how we have free will. We have the ability to change everything. So where is the balance between the two? Is one more true than the other? How can we know? The first thing that we need to understand is that all outcomes exist right here and right now. We're just not aligned on the same frequency as that outcome. We have an idea that things are either one way or another, that things are either destined or we have free will, that it can't be both. But that's not how it works. No matter what you decide, it's still your destiny. Using your free will, you can choose to switch to a different destiny than the one that you're currently on. So I'm going to use this whiteboard to explain how it works. So as you can see on the bottom here, we have destiny number 1. Now, destiny number 1 is already written out. You can't change it once it's been written. But then right above destiny number 1, we have destiny number 2. So destiny number 2 is slightly better than destiny number 1, but it's also written. Then we have destiny number 3, 4, 5, and so on. I'm just gonna write all that out. Okay, so we can get the general idea that each time we go up in destiny, life gets better, but once you're on a specific path, you can't change. So while you can't switch your current destiny, you can go up in destinies. You can move to a higher destiny and experience a better reality. So for example, if you're currently living in destiny number 1, let's say your relationship is a complete mess. But if you switch from destiny number 1 to destiny number 2, on destiny number 2, maybe your partner quit a bad habit that you wanted them to quit. And as you go up in destinies, destiny number 10 would be that you're in a perfect relationship, you are so happy. But what really happened? Did the person who you're in a relationship with change? The answer is that you just moved to a reality, to a destiny, because you changed something about you. In order to get from one reality to the next, you need to grow. And what do you need to do to grow? You need challenges. I'm gonna get into a little more detail about this soon, but let's get back to what I was saying. You should never ask, how can I change somebody else? The question should always be, how can I change myself so that I'm aligning to a higher destiny where not just my partner, but everything in life is more aligned with me because of who I am? How do I change myself and my vibration and my frequency where this is not an issue in my life? So now let's talk about the question we all want to know. How do we switch realities? How do we get from destiny number 1 to destiny number 2 to destiny number 10? And the answer is that we have 2 ways of shifting destinies, and that is up and down. When we go up in destiny, it's because we are passing the test, passing a challenge that we have been given. When we go down in destiny, it's because we receive a challenge and we don't grow from it. So in other words, challenges are really the opening and the opportunity for us to move up in destiny. Every time we get a challenge, we are given the ability to move from destiny 1 to destiny 2 and go up and up and up. But the downside to that is that if we don't grow from a lesson and we turn to that instant pleasure, instant gratification, we're gonna go down a negative spiral in destinies. The reason we go down and we start to see our life getting worse and worse is because instead of going through a challenge and learning from it and healing from it and growing from it, you are not learning and you're skipping through the problem, turning to instant gratification. Life is not meant to be hard, but it becomes hard and we get lower and lower because we're not learning the lessons. We receive lessons all the time. That is the point of us being here. We are here for transformation. It's about becoming our best selves and becoming more of that godly universal force, which is pure love. So the more we embody love, the higher in destiny we will go. And another thing is that if you're in a challenge and someone is acting a certain way to you, and you don't deal with the actual problem that's within you, which is why is this actually in my reality, versus blaming the other person, asking yourself, why is this within me? What is it about me that's attracting this into my life? If you don't ask that question and you don't change something within you, then the next person you meet, you're just gonna attract the same person with a different face. And that's probably my favorite saying of all time, because it's so true. If we're not dealing with the root of the issue, then we're attracting the same person again, but they just have a different face. They just have a different name, a different role in our life, but it's still the same pattern in our life. We have to realize that pattern. If you can realize a pattern that's in your life, maybe there's a type of person that keeps coming into your life, it's all a lesson. It's all to open your eyes, to teach you, what do I need to learn from this and what do I need to overcome so that I can move to a higher reality. I can live in a reality where this is not a pattern in my life. The higher you get in destiny, you don't have to deal with those issues anymore because you're above them. You've gone through them. The cycle will end once you heal that area. Now, I'm not saying it's easy. It's definitely not easy, but that is how it works. Once you know how it works, you can start to see how patterns start to make sense. You can start asking the true questions and you can start to heal yourself slowly. And it's a process. Every single person in your life is perfectly placed in your life to bother you in that specific way, because it's all there to show you what is it about you that will react, to show you your weak spots, to show you what bothers you, to show you the patterns of people that keep coming up. If people keep coming up to you and taking advantage of you, and that's a constant cycle in your life, you need to work on why that's happening. People are there to test you so that you can see what you need to overcome. It's also very important to know that there is a force that its pure job in this world is to bring us down in destinies. There will always be that force that is making you slip up just the smallest bit, just enough so that you can go down in levels, so that you don't reach your fullest potential. And we know that's not the voice of our soul, because our soul wants us to be up. It wants us to be on destiny infinity. It wants us to have everything. It wants us to be fulfilled and happy. But it's that little voice that's bringing us down with those small things that seem insignificant. I want to leave you guys with how you can heal those specific areas that you are seeing patterns in your life, and you're noticing that you're attracting the same type of person into your life or the same type of circumstance or situation. So the first step is that you can acknowledge what it is. Write it down, do whatever you need to do, and uncover different layers of what's coming to you. Write it down and try to see what is causing it and what it's trying to tell you. Number 2 is to question, where did it originate? Where did it start? Or is it something that you came into this world with, which is a topic for another video. But did you come into this world with that cycle? Is that something you experienced since you were a child? Or is that something that came out because of an experience? Identify which experience, or identify if it just came into your life and this is just the way you were brought into this world. Identify the root and then discover what is your limiting belief on it. For example, do you think that you are attracting people that are using you because you don't feel worthy? Because not feeling worthy is a limiting belief. So it's stuff like that. It's what do you feel about yourself? What is the belief that is within you that is causing you to attract these type of situations? It's really, really important that we're getting to the root of these issues, because that's the way that we can have a better life, that we can completely get rid of these issues that are ingrained in our brains, because it all stems from somewhere. You have to know your story. You have to know what you're working with, because otherwise you're just going blindly into life and you're gonna keep attracting the same things, and you're staying at the same destiny level, or you're going down. If you wanna get to a better reality, you need to work on eliminating those patterns. And number 3 is that when you get a challenge, you have 2 choices. You can either react impulsively to the situation and then you're not growing, you are going down in levels, and you're gonna realize that it's solving absolutely nothing. Or you can take a moment to just stop and have intention with what you're doing. How you respond is exactly what determines your future. You have to thank the opportunity for the challenge for coming into your life, for showing itself to you, because it's showing you exactly what you need to work on so that you never have to face it again. The only way you're never going to face it again is if you get to the root of why it even started. Otherwise, like I said, it's gonna show up again, and it's gonna show up in a worse way. Alright guys, that's all for me in this video. If you guys have any other questions, don't hold back from reaching out to me, leaving comment, question, whatever, and I will make sure that I get the answer to you guys. So yeah, hope you got some value out of this video. If you did, please leave a like down below and subscribe if you like content like this. It would really help out my channel. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!